Okay, and we move over to the Pats. The Piats, as I called them earlier for no reason.
Yeah.
Guys, the Patriots went absolutely crazy in free agency. Now, we don't know if that's going to help them or not, but they did.
They went nuts.
Basically, their whole roster is different. Starting with the offense, they bring in, I might have forgot some people, guys, but they got in Kendrick Bourne, Aguilar, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. I feel like they drafted a receiver.
They brought back Trent Brown.
Yeah, Trent Brown.
That's on offense. I mean, defense, they did Judon, Jalen Mills, Godchalk. I mean, they just went nuts.
Van Noy. Yeah, they went crazy, man. They went, where did they go, 6-10 last year? And
I can check real quick. I got it up. They went 7-9.
7-9, excuse me. So they went 7-9, and that was like their first losing season in like 100 years, and they just had enough. One losing season was enough. They're like, nope, we're not doing that. So I think the interesting dynamic here is Cam, because he's only there for a year. They just drafted Mac Jones. And so really, if you're Cam Newton, you're trying to save your career right now.
You're in the hot seat, bro.
Because you're going to be a free agent again, and they're not going to bring you back, I don't think, because they're going to move on to Mac Jones, I believe. Yeah. And so you're going to be a free agent. You got to prove this season why somebody else should sign you on as a starter. And otherwise you're a backup, and he's already said he doesn't want to do that, so he might just leave. Yeah. So very interesting. Got all these weapons.
Now that's the thing. Let me get into the weapons real quick. So, I mean, you have Bourne, who's still young, but definitely a star. Then you have Aguilar, who dropped he had the most drops in the entire league, I believe. Jonnu, I mean, obviously he's good. Hunter Henry's good. So it's just like, okay, this revamped, quote unquote, weapon overhaul. I mean, is it as good as people think it is? Like,
no, not really, but it's still way better than they already had. And don't forget, like, they're still just sitting there waiting for N'Keal Harry to do something.
Yeah.
At wide receiver as well. So, and then they have good running backs. So it's kind of an all around, like.
Because when I compare their weapons, their wide receivers to the rest of this division, like you think about Diggs, you think about Elijah Moore, you think about you got Waddle and Fuller. I was just like, do they have the worst wide receiver core in this division? And
they probably do, but they already did. Yeah, they made it a little bit better.
So it's just like more. I mean, I think Cam still has a lot of pressure to perform here, and then you got Mac riding your ass. You know, I mean, looks like Belichick's son coming out of here. And you're like, I don't know, man. It's just.
Oh my gosh.
And then Edelman's retired, so it's like then you lost your most reliable leadership as far as the guy who's going to teach these kids how to run routes and catch. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, losing Edelman can't overstate locker room presence like that. So Cam Newton has to be the leader now. I'm sure he already was, but Edelman definitely was his right-hand man in the locker room situations. Now it's all on him. And
know, man. That's just.
I know every player in the NFL believes in Cam Newton, so the team's not going to give up on him.
No.
But he's just got to ball out. Just ball out, Cam. Come on, man. You got this, bro. You're not trash. You know how to play football. He threw at an extremely accurate rate last season for him, but he just didn't throw that much because, especially in the red zone, because his receivers were garbage. He had to run it in himself. He had the most rushing touchdowns he ever had in the season, I think.
Like, I saw the Patriots, like, evolve with Cam almost. Like, they got Damon Harris to actually run the ball, and Cam's run. I've never seen the Patriots run more. Honestly, ever since I've ever started watching football, I've never seen the Patriots run this much.
Yeah. And that could be good. That could help. Now they know how to run, but now they can pass.
Yeah.
You already talked about the defense, but, Judon, Mills, oh, my gosh, man. They've done what they can. They kept Gilmore.
But they might lose McCourty.
They might lose McCourty, but how much does he have left, you know?
Yeah.
They replaced him with Mills. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just like everybody kind of was wondering if they were going to trade Stephon Gilmore, but they didn't. Not yet. So he's still there. Defense is nice.
It seems like
look at how much money they spent in free agency, though.
Yeah.
You can't miss the playoffs after that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like,
you
dumped the bag on these guys. I think Judon, like, he got paid. I'm kind of glad he left.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Aguilar's getting like $10 million a season.
it's just if you're a Pats fan, do you want Cam to be your quarterback, or are you ready for Mac? Because I feel like every time that I talk to a Pats fan, it's just like they're more excited about Mac, and I'm like, he was probably like probably out of the 5 quarterbacks you could be drafting, he was probably the worst one. And it's just like I don't know.
I don't like Mac Jones for some reason. Something about him just pisses me off.
I just don't get it. Like I would want Cam to succeed. I would want Cam to get out of this funk, this injury, post injury.
I definitely don't want, if I'm a Patriots fan, like, you guys might like Mac Jones, but not yet.
No.
You better hope he doesn't have to play till next year at least.
Let him develop.
Rookie Mac Jones is going to throw some picks, boy.
I mean, he came from Alabama. I get that. But look who he had surrounding him.
Yeah, if you're at Alabama and you're not playing LSU, it's not comp, okay? Like, yeah, did he play well against LSU? Yes. But, I mean, that's the only team with corners capable of even trying to guard the receivers that he had at Alabama. So Notre Dame couldn't do it. Clemson couldn't do it. Ohio State couldn't do it. LSU was the only one. So he didn't have that much top flight secondary in college as, I guess I shouldn't say that because obviously they do, but he didn't have the difficulty that some of these other quarterbacks have in college with their receivers getting open. But you could say the same thing about Joe Burrow, and he's playing just fine, so who knows? But yeah, I guess that's the main question is, will Cam shit the bed and let Mac Jones take his job during the season, or does he not start until next year?
Do you think there's a quarterback battle right now going on, or do you think Cam definitely has that?
No, I think
starting spot?
Well, there's always a quarterback battle.
Well, they say that.
I think, yeah. But you don't sign Cam Newton for 1 year, 16 if he's not going to start.
Right.
And they already knew they were drafting a quarterback when they did that. Bill Belichick's not the guy that's going to throw his rookie quarterback in first year unless he absolutely has to. So Cam's going to start. And if they're 4-4, 3-5, something like that, he might be in trouble. But if they're in the playoff hunt with Cam, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick just wants to win the games. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If we just drafted you in the first round, you can sit there. Let's say Cam Newton signed a 3-year contract. You could sit there for all 3 of the fucking years if Cam Newton's winning. I don't care that we just drafted you in the first round. That's Bill Belichick's mindset. So winning is winning over there in New England.
Yeah.
No matter how it's done. But
and just
more pressure. There was not a single ounce of pressure on him in New England last year, Cam, but there is now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Everybody just assumed the Patriots were going to suck last season because Tom Brady left. So he just went in there and just whatever. Now, your career is on the line for real. Because if you fail in this one, I don't see the Broncos choosing you over Drew Lock or something if you flop this season. I don't see that happening. So, like, the Saints aren't going to pick you over Jameis Winston or somebody. And, all these teams, like, I just don't see it. So you got to show why teams should start you in 2022 because that's what you're playing for right now.
Got Superman up, man. All right. What do you think their record's going to be?
If I had to guess, it's 17. I got to remember it's 17 weeks.
Yeah, it messes me up too.
9-8.
Damn. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, that just seems like
I think they improve.
Yeah. I'll give them 8 or 9 wins. Yeah, this division's rough. They're the third best team. But the Patriots, when they had Tom Brady, bro, it was like there was not a single ounce of competition in the NFC East, except for like 1 year the Jets were good.
And Josh Allen was just now coming into the league.
Yes. Tom Brady got up out of there real quick.
He's like, oh, shit.
But now it's interesting over there in the East.